Thank you for joining us here on the Onomatopoeia podcast. My name is Evan Sabanur. I am joined by my buddies. This is a supersized cast tonight. Who do we have with us?
Justin Farrow.
Oliver Queen.
Austin Sanders.
Luke Cage.
My name's Harry.
Okay, I'm changing mine. I'm Peter Potamus.
Hippopotamus is here with us tonight, folks.
Peter Potamus from Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
We've got a lot. We have
It's an eclectic mix.
lower books quantity-wise to talk about, but a lot of material in these books.
There was only like 6 DC books.
I only read 4 of them, if there was 6.
Well, half of them were annuals, but still,
Yeah.
But at least one of them was if you cared about the Lazarus contract or the Judas contract,
okay. You know,
Lazarus had to read this annual.
Yes.
Well, this wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this really quick. We'll start with DC because there's like I said, there's low quantity on this.
True.
But so this is the Teen Titans annual. It's not the Titans annual. This is the Teen Titans annual.
Not the old sidekicks, the new sidekicks, right?
It's still very early to have an annual. It's basically a forced annual to tie in this tale. I've actually enjoyed this. I'm not a fan of Titans. I like Teen Titans. I thought this issue was kind of shitty. Like I was telling Evan prior to talking, I didn't like when they're like, "Let me play this Nickelback riff on my guitar," or "That's as bad as J.J. Abrams' Star Trek." Like those lines were really.
That's to date it, so you know.
Yeah, and I think it's not a good writing technique.
I also don't think it's a good recruitment technique for Hive. Is that really what they do? They act like douchebags, and then people
and he shows a picture of a bumblebee, and he's like, "Do you want to do this?" And the guy's like, "Okay, it's a baby."
Yeah, some douchebag frat kids having a party recruit you for your supervillain team. I guess that's how you do it.
But the best part of this whole issue for me was things got really serious in Speed Force, and then this is how it's handled. Has Teen Titans show up with new Titans, and Damian just fucking
heart punches
the Flash. He's like, he's only gonna be dead for a little bit.
Yeah, he literally kills the Flash.
And it was the most Damian thing you could do, where he's like, kill someone. He's like, it's not that big of a deal,
What's wrong?
guys.
Nobody died.
Like, I really liked that.
I mean, I like the end with, to spoil everybody who hasn't read this, at the end you see Wally West in the hospital, and then they're adjusting his pacemaker, they're like, what? The Flash has a pacemaker? They're like, yeah. When then David fucking stopped my heart, he ruined it.
And then I love this, they're like, you can't do what you do. And he's like, okay. And then he just starts running.
Then he super speeds away.
He's like, he just said you can't do that. You have a pacemaker and you're going to die.
Well, would you listen to a guy named Dr. Villain? Just saying. That's the guy's name, Dr. Villain.
Man, the more we're going to talk about this issue, I feel like the more it's going to go downhill. But I just like Damian being a total dick.
It was a good issue. I mean,
you enjoyed it.
It was good. I mean, I like that wrapped it up.
Deathstroke, I feel he's just kind of bitchy. Over emotional.
Hopefully it'll get better. I mean, I
will start the new
It's
arc.
great to see Deathstroke finally putting in work, like being a good strategist and thinking ahead and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it was really clever with the first couple issues.
I knew what was going to happen with
Wally.
Yeah, B-Dub, that he was going to get his Speed Force powers back, because I mean, I figured it would happen, but I was kind of thinking, like, wouldn't it be a little ballsier if they didn't? They just depowered him?
Yes, it would.
Do you think that would?
I don't think Rebirth is really trying to take chances. They've got their.
Well, they've already got the readership. I mean, you know,
I guess that's true. At this point,
it's definitely outweighing.
What are we? Next Teen Titans issue is 9.
I don't know. I
guess
so.
that will happen for me.
That sounds right.
I think we're that far in, but I don't know. Needless to say, I would say I like this book. It wasn't as good as I thought, but on annuals, I was telling Evan, the one I enjoyed the most, I really did like the Ra's al Ghul Trinity.
Oh yeah, Trinity was good. That one was really interesting.
I like I said, I thought it was very interesting when they threw in Red Hood and the Outlaw.
Yeah, just the ending was good with that's going to be the Trinity that they get.
Why was Ra's al Ghul the thing that you mentioned for this issue?
I just hadn't seen him. I'm not reading Detective Comics.
Oh, okay.
So I was just excited, like Nick.
I mean, he was kind of just there.
Well, Ra's al Ghul is always just there.
Yeah.
He only becomes like full demon mode. Okay. Also,
speaking of demon,
Exogen, just coming back. Like I didn't. He hasn't been.
That was cool. Yeah.
When I first saw Jason Blood on the page, I was like, wait a second.
I just love when Jason was finally free, and I had sympathy. Like it was actually emotional panels. And then I was like...
Well, you knew he was going to rebond with him because that's what he has to do. He's a hero. I mean...
And then, Yeah.
It's Etrigan who's the bad boy. And
But that had a fun issue. But I think the most poignant part for me, DC, was the Flash. It was back to the original art team, and Joshua Williamson was just on his game.
It's setting up the a new arc, and Professor Zoom Reverse Flash is back, which is
maybe
very confusing.
Yeah, it is. Justin and I, we were talking about it a little bit before we started, and we couldn't make heads or tails of like what was going on with the museum. Apparently,
and it's not the 35th century is where you see the Legion tales. This was the 25th century.
Yeah. So
I mean, we're talking. It's a timeline that we don't understand yet.
Yeah, and you got like Abracadabra, who's like what 4,000 years into the future or something. Like
yeah,
something
he's
ridiculous.
well beyond. Yeah.
And but I mean, the cool. Just seeing Hal and Barry work together was just.
That was nice. I did that. Just that splash image. You've got it on your computer as your background right now.
Yeah.
But it just harkens back to the old days of team up comics where you took.
It wasn't forced.
Yeah, it wasn't forced. Yeah. You know, it had a good background story, and yeah, it's going to be a little campy back in the '80s or the '90s. But I read a bunch of Green Arrow, Green Lantern when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of it. How many issues of that were there?
Back in the day, they used to do that for individuals whose comic books weren't selling. They just pair them together. That's how Justice League International got formed.
Oh, really?
And just they all had their own books and they were struggling. Well, besides Batman. And then they just put him in with Batman, and it took off. People loved Guy Gardner. They loved Mr. Miracle. They loved Shazam. But now it's nice to see them just teaming up.
Speaking, did you guys see that? They're, after we talked heavily about Darkseid War, how much we enjoyed it. Did you see there's a Mr. Miracle series coming out next month?
No, I haven't read that, but that does sound pretty cool.
Because you remember, in Darkseid War, that was a really neat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited about that.
I was gonna say he was like the master of like escapism or something.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it's an old Kirby
god
character.
Yeah.
But anything? Those are the things I want to talk about. DC. Is there anything else I missed? Well, actually, real quick. Well, you guys talked about Wonder Woman for a bit.
Yeah, we Wonder Woman actually had an annual too, and that one was good. That one's like 3 separate stories, or 3 or 4 separate stories.
See, that's what a true annual should be.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was actually referring to the film because you're the only people that saw it.
But anyway, the ones in the annual, they're all pretty feel good, campy stuff, like an annual
with different authors for each.
Yeah, different authors and artists and stuff too. There's different. One of them had she was fighting a kaiju from like Pacific Rim, and she dropped him off at Dinosaur Island, and everything was okay. So like it was just like some baby or something. It was really weird, but I mean they were cute little stories. Anyway, Harry and I, we went to go see Wonder Woman opening night on Thursday. Justin said he went and saw it too.
No, I just got the Fat Man on Batman review.
Oh, okay. All right, awesome.
Which is almost as long as the movie.
Yeah.
Definitely, okay. Well, after seeing it, Harry, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I thought it was a liberal propaganda SJW piece. No, I joke. I thought it was good. I liked it. That's better than the previous 2, 3. I don't know if Man of Steel counts.
I don't count Man of Steel as part of it, just because Man of Steel has got... It's actually enjoyable, and it's got its own...
Is it better than Green Lantern?
Similar. Did you guys not like
it's better
Man of
than
Steel?
Green Lantern.
Man of Steel's okay.
It's the second best one, I'd say.
Yeah.
As in
Wonder Woman is the best for the DCU has put out, but that's not saying much.
That's what I
as far as a movie goes, it was pretty middle of the road, what you'd expect from a summer blockbuster.
That's the question I want to ask, and I'll be thinking about it when I see the movie. We're seeing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a good movie? And also, is it a good comic book movie? Because they don't necessarily go together
it's a really
all the
good
time.
comic book movie, I'd say. As far as like something that goes in Library of Congress.
Actually shines really.
Oh, Chris Pine, yeah, he's
Pine's
good
great.
in it. Chris Pine's got jokes and bad German accents. It's great.
That's right, he does a terrible German accent.
Yes, he does. He does like.
What about? Can we talk color scheme?
It's a lot brighter than the other ones,
That's
which is good because that's how.
See, the thing too is that color palette, the Zack Snyder desaturated nighttime raining, that actually works for the setting though because it's set in World War I, which.
So it's like the one time they should use that?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that in a Batman movie is the only time you should use those.
Yeah.
But to bring that up, there is a lot of Snyder dick prints on this. There's a lot of fight scenes where they do ridiculous things that would actually end up hurting
How much
you.
slow motion is there?
3/4 of the movie.
Great.
Yes.
Okay,
I am not exaggerating. It's literally.
There's a lot of it.
do we get a well, first off, two things I've heard. Well, I haven't. This is first one's an assumption, so I haven't heard it, except in my brain. Is there a tie-in to Batfleck or anything like that?
There is.
A little bit.
Okay, so there's a connectivity.
Yeah.
Don't tell me, but I just was curious if there was actually.
Does Diana Prince like meet like little baby Thomas Wayne and like pat him on the
No,
head?
none of that. None of that. Thankfully. None of that.
But what's his name? Jeffrey. What's his name?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
On a little kid.
What a bit of character.
Just,
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's what I really hope for.
no, there's none of
Yeah,
that.
they kept the connections to a minimum, which I mean, you want it to feel like it's part of the universe, but at the same time, you don't want it to shove
You
down your
understand?
throat.
Well, it's they did it like the same way with Captain America.
So,
But
but
I really like Captain America, like where they have something present day and then they go to the past and then they follow up present day.
Now-
It was pretty similar.
I'm assuming it starts with like Diana. She's like kind of like a penthouse or something, and she's like looking through.
She's at the Louvre, I think.
She's
or
at an
something.
external hard
Yeah.
drive. She's looking at an external
Somewhere
hard
in
drive on a
France.
computer,
Yeah.
and then she sees below all the Aquaman and Flash and Cyborg. There's a Wonder Woman symbol, and then she double clicks it, and there's the entire movie on the screen.
Actually,
right?
that
She hits play.
Pirates got it and threatened to leak it.
Like, is that what happened? Like,
Actually,
it was on
very
that.
close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Good. That's what that's all I wanted. Then okay, so it's a World War I film.
Mm-hmm.
Is in Ares? He's the villain, right?
Oh yeah, it always boils down to Ares with
Okay.
Wonder
So,
Woman.
but I mean, it's
It was
like,
going to happen
It's the thing, and then I also heard everyone on the island has an Israeli accent because
Gal Gadot cannot do an accent. Yeah,
Well, everybody's accent's a little bit different.
and
It goes in
but,
and out for a lot of them.
But they tried to do that because Gal Gadot cannot do another accent. She just is herself, and
That's really. I mean, that's a talented actress right there. When you can't do anything beyond yourself
Well-
because you know only yourself.
well, and it just shows how much faith they have in you by making everyone around you copy you. Like it's,
What are those things
crazy.
like? Is it? Do they give an? Is this an origin story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of.
You get the like. Is she made out of clay and like?
And
They
then
don't-
and then
They
they
don't blatantly show it, but I mean, they really pound.
they refer to it and say
they really
that.
pound
So
it.
it's still her.
Yeah,
You
The
get-
original backstory, not the new one.
Wait, what's the new one?
it's
She's
both.
Zeus's daughter.
It's both.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
I-
No, that's the new backstory. That's her current.
no, it is. Yeah,
That's the
I was
current
gonna say,
DC Wonder
her-
Woman backstory.
No, it
She's
is.
Zeus's daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hippolyta and Zeus
They
bumped uglies.
Got it on!
well, she talks about how Hippolyta talks about how she sculpted her out of clay, and then Zeus created her.
Oh, and then
Wait,
Zeus
wait,
swooped in.
you jerked off like a
Yeah.
statue of clay? Like, oh, yeah, done.
He
See, there we go. Now we got jerk off jokes.
He shot the lightning bolt jizz.
It's in the hand motion.
I heard tell that that Themyscira is very, very multicultural. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
There
How-
is.
how
How
surprisingly-
did they know that's not how it works?
How did that go? With all those differently
it's
looking
it's
Greek
a little
people.
it's a little backwards. There's slavery. No, there's no slavery. They're all equal. No, they just didn't play it off or anything.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean, they had a few. I think Leslie Jones was in it, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Diana, get your ass back here!
They just,
There's a woman that looks a lot like her.
Kind of like her.
Oh man! All right, so we'll go see. Well, we can talk about it later. But let's run Not Big 2. Nick, you jump in anything this week on that?
I looked at the cover of Aliens: Dead Orbit.
Well,
about as far as
we'll
I got.
start there, and then we'll kind of work around. Then, if just even the cover, this guy, I'll bring it up really quick. This is obviously Aliens is a property owned by Dark Horse. They've done it for years, and the Predator stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His name is James Stocco, but he's writing, lettering, coloring, and drawing this book, and
It's his baby.
it's so good. I mean, obviously you have to have
How deep into alien comics do you have to be to understand what's going
Nothing.
on?
It's a fresh story.
Are they going to
Oh, okay.
roll Danny McBride's character into this?
Let's just hope not. I in my head, if I wasn't in a theater with my friends for Alien Covenant, I would have drove home
You didn't
within
like it?
an hour.
Man, is it that bad?
Like, we were there with people, so obviously I couldn't just like leave, but it was really bad. Like,
It was bad.
Not even Michael Fassbender. He couldn't
It
save
was
it?
great.
oh no, it's great to watch Michael Fassbender. You know who the second biggest character in it was?
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's
just
just
played two.
He
Yeah.
just played across.
Yeah.
When the biggest actor is just playing across himself, because that's how the movie's held
I
together.
Wikipedia'd it. Yeah.
You know what? That might have been too much. You might have just read a review on Amazon because they already have the DVD pre-sales up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I always love that.
You know what would have been a better
Aren't
movie?
Power Rangers
Assassin's
going on DVD
Creed.
pretty soon too?
No.
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 You guys know Moon?
Yeah.
Moon.
Just do the same concept of Moon, except with two Michael Fassbenders, and instead of taking care of the moon, he's playing with aliens. Just cut everybody else out of the movie.
But there's no planet. He's just like in space with aliens.
Like floating?
Yeah.
No, he probably needs to be on a planet.
But no, I just want to say that this guy doing this book is doing a great job. It's a lot of work, and when you read this book, it flows well. And if you're not an Aliens fan, it doesn't matter. It's just a good quality book. Evan just turned me on to two things. Joe Gollum, which I'd read the first run of. This is a new series, not just a new arc, a new series started.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to dive into this, and then he just threw at me another Hadrian's Wall that I missed. So will you talk about a little bit about Joe Gollum?
Yeah, Joe Gollum is it's a sequel, I guess. Comic books don't really have sequels, but it is a direct follow-up to the original Joe Gollum series. So if you hadn't read that, like I hadn't, you have to go back and read the original Joe Gollum because
that goes back to what Nick says. Without these little introductions that Marvel does, that one paragraph blip, it's really it's tough for new readers.
It is. I mean, I'm somebody that I try to read as much Marvel as I can. I'm just DC. I've always been
More
bigger
if we
onto.
can
But yeah, I love it how Marvel just reiterates what these are, because as someone who's new to X-Men and everything,
I mean,
I don't know who these guys are.
and when you read like the quantity that we're reading, I hate to say it, but some of these stories get mixed up in your head because you'll see these characters in other books or in big events.
There's like 5 X-Men teams. There's like X-Force, X-Factor, Old Man Logan, Gold, Blue.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. So it's good to have them all neatly wrapped in a package.
But the setting of this story is really interesting. It is still New York, which is flooded. So you got this kind of Venice-esque New York, where everybody's still up in their high-rise apartments, except if you were on the 10th floor, you're now on the first floor. And it's a really interesting concept. I suggest people check it out if you're into Mike Mignola.
Is it going to lead to?
He also drew it.
He's doing the art.
Is this going to be a prequel to Waterworld?
Yes.
I can only hope. We can only hope.
Yeah.
Fuck, we need to write that book.
The Waterworld comic? The Waterworld prequel.
I don't care what anyone says. Obviously, it's a bad movie, but I fucking love that bad, shitty movie. It's awful, and I love every second of it.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah. I read... and to tell you the truth, there's a book called Romulus, and this is going to go back to something we bitch about every week, but, the last issue of Romulus was, 4 months ago.
Oh, yeah. Who's putting it out?
It's,
Is it Image or...
I think this one's actually, Boom.
Boom? Well, Boom's even worse.
And it's just the fact that it doesn't have a catch-up page.
Just mustard.
Yep, that's all they threw on that. A little relish at the end, but it was just I was like, I don't even fucking remember what's happening in this book. You read so many of them, and it wasn't a bad issue or anything, but it just upsetting because it had been set back so far. But yeah, I guess besides, I'm just super stoked to read this new Hadrian's Wall. Evan had just shown me, so I have nothing to talk about it.
And we've talked before about Hadrian's Wall. It's a really good
Mystery, straight mystery,
sci-fi mystery. Check it out. I'm not going to mention anything about the story. It's good. It's good reading.
So Marvel, I'm gonna move on. I wanted to talk about before we go into events and stuff. I'm gonna skim through the stuff that I don't think everyone kind of jumped into. But did anyone do Doc After this week? Said to me. Okay.
I can't get into it.
You're fucking crazy. It's a badass archaeologist chick that is evil with the best two villains.
She's
evil
the one with,
droids.
Okay, if it was just those droids, I'd probably read it.
R2 and
like
C-3PO, but murderous, right?
Yeah, And then you've got the badass Wookiee that also kills people.
What's his name?
It's a girl.
Oh, that's a girl?
I'm trying to think what it is.
Laura Croft.
Yes, Laura Croft.
Laura
Chewbacca.
Croft, Wookiee Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Laura Chewbacca.
But no, this is the continuation of that. Was it Screaming or Scar?
Screaming Citadel.
Okay. This is where the arc keeps going.
Okay.
The only thing it was actually better than most of. I didn't actually like that one-off where it's just.
You didn't like Star Wars Screaming Citadel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was like
Not
okay.
your cup of tea.
Yeah, and like Nick said, it's like almost so Star Warsy.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars purist. I've said this 4 episodes in a row, but yeah, just
This one felt
Force
more
vampires are cool. I mean, that's an interesting concept, but not in my Star Wars.
This felt a little more movie-ish. It was a decent issue is all I wanted to say. I also continuing. I'm gonna speed these as fast as I can because we have more to talk about. Occupy Avengers.
Oh yeah, I don't read that.
No, I don't think anyone does. But it's David Walker that did Power Man and Iron Fist. He did Nighthawk. Nighthawk was canceled. Power Man and Iron Fist
was bad.
This is the one that has Hawkeye's daughter, or is this Hawkeye itself?
This is actually Clinton Barton.
Okay.
He's teamed up with Red Wolf, who's a Native American, and then it's also he just teamed up with Nighthawk. So David still brought him back, and they just are in an Arizona town with Skrulls taking over, and it's like. A podunk place and these low heroes and
So we have a Skrull invasion on top of Secret Empire.
Yeah. So this, I don't know. All I can say is,
great.
I gave it a chance. I gave every one of David's book. He's also the writer of Cyborg. I give him a chance every time, and he has a really strong start, and they dwindle so fast. I was basically at this one. This is where I said I'm done with this series. So yet again, I don't want to be a dick. But I keep dropping a Marvel series every week. But keep in mind we're reading 30 Marvel series, so I mean it's not.
Marvel is good about putting them out. They have the most of any.
There's a lot of different titles, but I'm just slowly I'm getting to issue 6 or 7 of these things and not enjoying it as much. Then I'll fast forward. Man Thing 4 came out. I gotta tell you, I did not read Man Thing. What I read is the back part. It's 3 pages of R.L. Stein's short story.
I only read the first 2 and they were amazing.
Okay, well the 3rd and 4th just as good. They just keep on, and they're unconnected stories, and they're just classic Goosebumps style stories in fucking 3 pages.
But a little bit more adult.
Which is great for our age.
And I really wanted to like Man Thing, but it's just.
I don't need quippy Man Thing in a gladiator arena. What the fuck is
Man
that?
Thing doesn't talk.
Oh, they're in an arena now?
Yeah.
That's his thing.
So the ones we can all kind of talk about, we'll open up and hit it with Secret Empire. This is the one where I still feel like it's too talky because of how detailed the artwork is, and I also feel behind in the story because I'm not reading every Captain America title.
You've got to read the other things to kind of tie into everything. Yeah.
I'm a couple issues behind Steve Rogers. I need to catch up on that, but I don't feel that lost. Honestly.
Okay, so
it's pretty basic.
Let's talk about this from a start. Secret Empire is, brainwash Steve, but I'm going to tell you what I think is happening because I feel like I'm kind of confused. So we've got this what dark wave? What are they referring to?
The shield thing over Earth.
No. The darkness over New York.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know.
Doctor Strange.
No, you guys are I thought I was being stupid, and then when you guys say I don't know, now I'm.
Doctor Strange is about to take care of it. That story arc's almost over.
Okay,
it's the Phantom.
I do want to. That's what it is. I want to talk about this really quick because it ties into what you're saying. So, if you guys don't know, Doctor Strange is a really good book written by Jason Aaron, and the guy that did Peter Milligan's run of Shade, the Changing Man from the '90s. It was a Vertigo book. Does the art on it, and it's just a really phenomenal book. Doctor Strange has been great, but starting with issue 20, we just changed authors and art crew.
Both.
Yeah, so it's kind of a new fresh take. Jason's leaving, focusing on other things, but this is what's weird. Issue 21 came out this week. Issue 20 is the start of the new arc, and it's not released till this week, tomorrow.
So we got the
You know why we got 21 first? Is because it's a Secret Empire
tie-in.
So the start of a new arc is not till tomorrow, which is issue 20. 21 came out this week. I think that's crazy, right? Like
that's a little strange.
They're supposed to all come out like around the same time. That's
you would think 20 to 21, and they did it backwards.
Yeah,
and I
think a company-wide event, they would try to keep a company-wide event. They wouldn't just do it one at a time.
And I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of. I just thought that was weird this week. But Secret Empire. So I guess my biggest thing is I understand the thing around space. And I understand, like, Carol's story. Like,
I don't understand it. That's Marvel's full of wonky science, but that's some pretty wonky science.
That's the one, like, I guess I'm reading more books connected to it. I don't understand the New York story going on right now. Like, I don't understand why is there just a certain area over New York?
Well, because they wanted to trap the heroes in. They created a debacle. They let everybody out of the raft.
And they put the bigger, more important, scarier ones out in space, so they can't get in.
Yeah, they took the big boy superheroes outside. They concentrated the small time and street level superheroes in New York City.
Black Widows, your Hawkeyes, your Powermen, they kept on Earth.
And then they wanted to keep them contained while they get the world in order. Now, how they did it, whatever. You know, the good old Hydra black magic, but
yeah.
It's just
Coldly, come here.
Anytime, I think Comic's the best tool they could use.
Comics shattered into a million pieces right now.
Oh, that's right.
Or 7. No, okay, I want to talk about that. It's literally Dragon Ball Z. They're going to put together all the pieces of the little girl and then make a wish to make Captain America not evil again.
Is Fin Fang Foom going to come down and talk to him?
Oh my god, yes, Nick. Nick is riding actually for Marvel right now.
You'll be granted one wish.
You awaken the eternal dragon.
But I mean, the biggest thing we need to talk about is on Secret Empire is the fucking ending.
Oh yeah.
Justin and I were speaking about this earlier in the week about like how Evan and I actually had the same conversation too about how.
And then we had a conversation about that conversation earlier today.
Austin, would you use the word masturbatorial for that?
Yeah.
It was for me.
And not yet. It's coming up next.
Okay.
I haven't written down the script.
Oh. Do you have a script? You didn't tell me?
Yeah. But no.
He does.
The fact that no matter what, Punisher's gonna follow Steve Rogers.
Yeah. I brought up to Austin when he told me about the Punisher being in the last page of the issues. I'm like, well, that makes sense because I referenced Civil War and how there was a moment where Captain America was beating the crap out of the Punisher and the Punisher wasn't defending himself. And then...
it's a respect thing.
Yeah, because that's his hero that inspired him to have a military career.
And that's what some of the other people present in the room as Steve Rogers is pummeling Castle. They're like, why isn't he fighting back? He's like, Cap's his damn hero, you know? And he is.
I mean, Cap is everybody's hero. I mean, that's why it's so shocking and surprising for the Secret Empire thing. I mean, the circumstances and the plot is great.
Do you feel disconnected, though?
Well, I think that they are throwing too much into the mix and trying to do too many things at once. But I think the core plot is awesome because
the concept.
Like as I've discussed, there's one person you don't mess with in Marvel, and that's Captain America.
Well, there was because I wasn't reading Steve Rogers. I wasn't aware that Captain America Steve Rogers the comic was a thing until the internet fucking imploded over the Steve Rogers in the helicopter saying "Hell Hydra" thing like spread across the internet.
That was awesome, yeah.
And it was cool. I was like, I was instantly like, I need to read this comic and figure out what's going on.
Well, and that was the point. That's why they did that. So it'd be like, whoa, and then
One thing I wish Chris Evans did was simultaneously put on his Twitter page "Hail Hydra" to get everybody who loves them in the movies to think that's what they're going to go for.
That would have been some good marketing. Disney, right here, we got a man for you, because you're not doing the right thing right now, currently.
But no, it was fun. Did you read Uprising, Nick?
I did.
Oh, no, we just talked about
because that was the one where they had the Red Room and stuff. Found out Ant-Man is Scott Lang. That's who the Giant Man is.
And the Giant Man outfit?
Yeah, we talked about that. I didn't know.
Were you in the... Fuck, I don't know what time everyone arrived, but we were just discussing, because you're reading the Cap books. Who the fuck is the new Falcon?
Some Hispanic guy. His name's like Jose something, I think.
Okay, is he in Sam Wilson or is he in...
Marvel does recaps, so let's find out who he is.
Okay, because I'm reading through, like I said, I saw the Giant Man outfit and I was really curious about it, which also there's not a Astonishing Ant-Man is done, right? There's no Ant-Man book currently published, isn't there?
Joaquin Torres. I don't know.
That doesn't mean anything to anybody, really.
He has bird eyes, though. Like, real bird eyes, it looks like.
He's got a necklace of actual bird eyes he wears.
No.
Yeah, bad again.
Oh, he should, though. Wouldn't that be great?
Wait, hold on. Is it the Falcon or El Falcon? Oh.
Probably yes. The answer is yes.
I wasn't interested in reading Uprising based off of the teaser they gave for it in Secret Empire 2.
When Black Widow cuts her hand open and the drags
rubs it on the wall.
This is
that's unsanitary.
Well, even the little bit of Red Room stuff we got in Secret Empire 3, where it's just like they're doing their little scenario.
Don't you need to wash your hands? You're gonna get tetanus. Like just they usually like some little guy that's just like. Didn't your mother ever teach you to not do that?
Hold on. If you play a new Marvel character, Nick, because apparently we can just add Joaquin Torres and we can totally add Nick Mills as a character, but he's like a little guy. You gotta make he's gotta be like Puck.
What's that one guy's name? He's the famous director. He wears the glasses.
Mel Brooks.
He's Jewish.
No.
Not Mel Brooks. He's friends with Mel Brooks.
Woody
Allen. Woody Allen, yeah, like a young Woody Allen.
As a Marvel. He's not even a superhero.
No, it's just Woody Allen. It's part of the Avengers.
No, Black Widow, you shouldn't do that. That's not allowed.
Just like.
All right.
No, real quick. I gotta say something about that stupid book.
Or Jerry Lewis. Hello. Lady.
But seriously, the whole concept of it. The whole concept of these kids volunteering literally for a murder mission and then resisting it every step of the way. It's like, all right, who wants to help me kill Captain America? Oh, we do. But there's got to be another way, right? No, you signed up to murder Captain America. That's what we're going to do. And they're like, no, there's always another way. Like,
why did you do this team?
Yeah, why did you sign up? Any of you.
Guys, what if you just sting?
Hey.
That's where it really just went downhill for me.
I didn't read Uprising, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's what I want you to do now.
Wait, you didn't read about the singing contest?
I know.
They helped
the 3-day singing contest.
This isn't a joke. This is real too. We play around and we have fun, but this is real.
That's what
they have a singing contest.
Is there any significance to the number 48? That's how many he wants is exactly 48.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out.
Okay.
Fans, here's what I want you to make for me. I want you to find a splash page of all the the Uprising comic here, and make them as characters in an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh my god!
Do that. I want to see somebody as David Spade. I want to see a Kevin James. I want to see Rob Schneider. I want to see
Kevin James.
Kevin James is a totally awesome Hulk.
Yeah.
I
love. Okay, you know what? Fuck it.
I want to see
I'll
this.
do that as a fanboy of your pitch already. That's so good.
Do that.
Drew Barrymore is Black Widow.
There you go.
All right, we got.
Have you seen our Twitter stuff yet?
No.
Our pictures.
I haven't.
I just saw.
Who's Steve gonna be? Steve Buscemi?
No,
he's Ant-Man.
It'll be John.
Obviously. That's not a question.
We'll have John Turturro play somebody. Like he could be the Falcon.
No, we are fast forwarding this part. We can go on all night. Now I'm coming up with ideas for Adam Sandler movies with the fucking Secret Empire.
Oh no,
Nobody needs to be giving Adam Sandler any more ideas.
I'm Captain America.
I'll Hydra.
I'm Sandy Wexler. Steve Rogers.
Let's talk about better material. I want to talk about before we still have fucking garbage to talk about, but Cable One.
Oh, really good.
James Robinson is the writer, and he fucking just destroyed that book.
He was jumping
it's
through
funny
time
because
like
Nick
nobody's
Fury
business.
is not. Nick Fury didn't connect with me, and
the new one,
and he wrote that as well.
Oh well,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't like that at all.
And then when I read this Cable book, I was just like, this is where we really haven't had Cable be standalone in a while.
Yeah,
since was it Messiah War?
I think so. Yeah, they always pair Cable off with like Deadpool or.
And at the same time, that was Cable and Hope.
Yeah.
Still, his solo series was him and Hope.
Hey, what's Hope's name again now?
Hope. Prodigy.
Prodigy.
Just think of the soundtrack for Kick-Ass and that one song when he fights the people and they record him and put him on YouTube. That's my chain of remembrance for.
I think I'll always say her name's Prodigy.
Well, okay, that's fine.
I mean that can work. But no, I just.
It was good. This is a good example of Marvel dropping you immediately into a story, giving you no details or background, and it actually working. As opposed to every other time they do that, they fuck it up.
I like the cowboys with the alien guns. That was cool.
We were just talking about that.
Aliens, then the samurai. I'm betting there's pirates in the next issue.
Oh, yeah,
That's
there
fine.
were.
I just like Justin's like, listen, just hit everything. I don't care. Just
Yeah.
Knights.
throw it at the wall. You don't
Cavemen.
stick, bitch.
Just everything like in the Batman Return of Bruce Wayne thing. Just all of those eras.
I just want not to have Bishop in this because they're gonna make him a.
Fuck it up so
They're gonna
bad.
make him a bad guy again. I'm tired of Bishop being a bad guy.
I'm tired of Bishop being in comics.
You don't like Bishop?
No, I like the character. I just want every time they've done him in like 25 years, they
Fucked it up. Yeah.
Like, when you read this 90s run where Bishop was like, I mean, like, literally, you know, you felt sympathy, you know, he had the mutant tattoo on him, and he was...
During Days of Future Past?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
like, he was a very sympathetic character, and especially for us that watched, like, maybe the X-Men TV series, I had a voice to really know him by. But, like, I just can't even tell you a good run of anything with Bishop lately.
Well, in that he was just in Messiah War. Bishop was just the most fun. He was working for Evil Cable. What's his name?
Did you say it wasn't LeVar Burton that did Bishop in the animated series?
That can't be right.
What? Hey, we got a fact checker.
Yeah, fact checker.
Fact checker Harry.
Fact checker.
Hold on, and we need our fucking producer to be on top of this and shout at us when we get off topic too.
No. What is evil clone of Cable's name?
Strife.
Strife. Yeah. Yeah. Strife was working with Bishop, or Bishop was working for
See,
Strife.
the last time I remember Bishop is that
Is Strife still around? Like in the comics, or
Yes,
Okay.
he was. Strife was inside of Cable's brain whenever
okay.
Synapse went inside of his brain in
Okay,
the last
that
issue
makes sense.
of Uncanny Avengers.
That makes sense. Okay, that's good because I thought Secret Wars like did away
every
with
time you
everything
mention
like that.
Uncanny Avengers, I'm like, why can't we
It makes
just
you happy
talk
because
about
it's
that?
the best Marvel book.
It does. Okay, Evan, let me pitch this to you. The crew is Uncanny Avengers
Philip
is like taking.
Aiken is the one who voiced him.
I know the guy that played him in the movie's name is Omar Sy, and he doesn't even speak English.
Actually, I like the interpretation of the movie guy. Whoever doesn't speak English. but-
Bishop was in the movie.
Omar Sy.
Yeah, he was in it.
He was in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, like actually, like I'll be honest, like that in Days of Future Past, that whole like future stuff, like with like I actually like the lighting they did.
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
like the stained glass.
Mhm.
I know like a little forced artsy, but I like that, and I really like the fucking warpath in it, and Blink, like everything about it, I really enjoyed of that. Did you see Days of Future Past?
No.
It was the best movie until
You gotta borrow
Logan.
that tonight.
Yeah,
All right.
Days
Yeah,
of Future
the-
Past was good.
The guy that voiced him in the animated series name is Philip Aiken. So there you go. There's your voice.
There's my fact checking.
He's worth what we pay him.
Okay, Cable's a good book, and to continue on X books, Nick, did you jump into Generation X too?
I think I did. I can't remember.
Evan was just talking about how he's done with it. I'm gonna get another issue. I like it because Quentin, there's
Well, Quentin Quires the only one in it that really seems to be
okay,
doing
there's
anything.
a point where there's people are attacking because they were like gonna kill mutants. They're like, fuck you mutants. And so what happens is
This is they're not the saviors. They're what are they called?
it's this weird activist group. I can't recall their name, but they.
Fact checker. What are they called?
No, I can just bring up the issue real quick. But it's so Quentin is like, all you guys punch yourselves, and he's like, fuck it, just shoot yourself with guns, and they're like, whoa, that's not acceptable.
That
You
was
don't
really
kill
cool.
people."
That was the best part.
And then he's just like, well, you guys are being bitches, and these guys are trying to kill you, and I'm just gonna kill all of them. That's self-defense. Like, and they're like, no, we stand for good. And he's like, it's good to not die, and I'm killing the people that are trying to kill you. Like, I just hate how Quentin is like looked at like as a douchebag.
Yeah, everybody treats him like shit, but
And he's like, I'm sorry that like your morals are wrong. Like, but okay, at the beginning of every Generation X issue, they have the list of like
Oh,
Like,
okay. I see which one.
10 people involved in it,
That's the one that has
and 3 of them talk.
what's his name, Stryker from the comics. Like, not William Stryker from the movies, but Stryker. Like Reverend Stryker.
So where does superhero Static Shock come in at?
They're supposed to be starting a new Rebirth series with that.
Did you guys see the trailer for Black Lightning?
No.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about Black Lightning later?
I need to watch the trailer first, but yeah.
It's like...
Talking to the robot penis.
Okay, I want to talk about Generation X because it seriously pissed me off. The art is terrible.
You didn't like the art?
I fucking hate it. It's sloppy. And I'm not kidding. I will post on the Facebook and the Twitter tonight side-by-sides of 3 of the main male characters. They look identical except for their hair color. Their hairstyle is still the same.
That's the popular style.
Whatever, I don't care. Just draw them, make them physically look a little bit different. They're all wearing the same clothes and they have the exact same hairstyle and the exact same faces.
I just don't like how bitchy the whole cast is.
And what's your bling or
Blink?
Bling. No, yeah, not Blink.
Oh.
Blink would be cool.
Blink?
I just don't like that Jubilee
Binks the
has
time
not used her
sweeper.
powers yet. Does she?
She doesn't have her powers anymore. She lost them. They never came back.
Not even after
She's not a mutant. She's just a vampire.
With a kid.
Yeah, with a kid.
Okay.
Is she a teenage mom still? Like, is she a teenager or is she an adult now?
She's still a teenager because she's a vampire.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't age.
Oh, that's right.
What was that? Was that
That was
the
like
hi-hat?
a failed drum joke.
But,
No, it wasn't because it wasn't even a joke. He's real. Really, I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
It's so bad.
what do you guys think Quentin Quire sounds like? I want to give him a British accent so bad in there.
Does he?
But
I don't know.
do we have, like, do we know his backstory,
No.
any of you guys?
But like
I
now, I will not hear him without that. That's a good.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to go halfway there. Just a pure like New England wasp accent, like Vermont or New Hampshire.
That's what I see Emma Frost having. I don't know about Quentin Quire. I'll have to look at his backstory. But
Hold on, I want to do an entire podcast about Nick's understanding of everyone's vocals because with the 2 characters just mentioned, I was just like, my mind is blowing up right now. I never thought about Emma Frost that way.
Yeah, no,
I
subscribe
always
to
think of her
Patreon. I'll
as
do an
a
audiobook series for
fucking
you.
filthy like LA like woman voice, and now like he's saying that totally changes that character.
Well,
I hate Emma
the
Frost.
Stepford Cuckoos kind of give it away, you know.
Man, I gotta say those 3 are like some of my favorite characters actually.
The Cuckoos.
There are 5 of them, Austin.
What?
There are 5 of them. 2 of them are just dead.
They're just
Evan
not
just
alive
gave
right
me the
now.
series of unfortunate events thing. They're like, we're triplets. They're like, but the other's dead. Of the Quagmires. We're the Quagmire triplets. They're like, the other one's dead. We can't call you that. We're doing deep cuts again. Recess.
Alright, get back on track. Thank you.
Back on track.
Series of unfortunate events.
Any of y'all boys seen it on Netflix? The series thing?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty.
Bad.
I don't know.
Not good. Alright, let's talk about Hulk.
Okay.
Who read Hulk?
Sell me on Amadeus Cho as Hulk. I can't get into it.
No, no.
Sell me.
Not the totally awesome.
How did you not like Amadeus? I would feel like that'd be a character you would
I
like.
saw him more as an Iron Man, protege, as opposed to like Hulk.
Wait, did you read him when he was Herc's sidekick?
Mm-hmm.
That was where I was like,
Yeah.
I think Amadeus works, but he's in this weird transition period.
Well, he's always suffered from, like, Rick Jones disease, where they don't know what to do with it.
I just don't like how they use his sister as what's the God machine, whatever that.
Deus Ex Machina.
Okay, that's how I feel like they use his sister in every
Well, he's
issue.
the Hulk. They need something like that to.
But I don't know. But I don't
No,
know.
we're
he's
talking
a-
about She-Hulk.
Shulky.
Oh, Shulky. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, because she's now Hulk. But she finally. This is the 6th issue.
No, it still hasn't happened.
She got pissed and finally.
I don't care if she got pissed. You're gonna give me 6 issue covers in a row where she is hulking out like Bruce hulked out, increasing body mass, getting giant, getting angry. The feet are like 2 feet long. The hands are like 3 feet wide. Like that's what these covers show. And then she finally gets angry in this issue, and she maybe puts on 15 pounds of lean muscle, and her eyes glow. Fuck you. That's a huge bitch.
And she has like a glowing mark across her face.
Yeah, she's
Hashtag Rob Schneider in every episode.
It wouldn't be Onomatopoeia without it.
Okay, maybe it's just me, on the fact that I keep wanting to like it because it's like in my top like 5 favorite characters. Like I love Jen, and I'm gonna follow her for anything.
That's why I'm reading this, but I'm about done.
The only problem is that I don't give a fuck about anyone that's not her in the book.
Well, there isn't anybody else in the
There's
book.
a little alien girl in every issue that's like, I want my house back.
There's a little Eastern European alien girl. I think she was just for this.
Is it Kazoo from Flintstones?
What was it?
Hello, Dum Dum.
Wait, can you do an Alan Cummings doing that? Because he did it in the Viva Rock Vegas movie.
Fucking
try.
I know what I'm having nightmares about tonight. Thank you.
Hello, Dum Dum. Yeah, just like.
No, but seriously,
it's mostly facial expressions.
She finally got to fight something, and it was not exciting. The monster was some indefinable mass that kind of looked like a thing.
Called itself fear.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a manifestation of fear, but it just looks like a generic monster-looking thing. And the fight's over in 2.5 pages. Nothing happens. But I'm seriously, I mentioned this to Austin the other day. It really pissed me off, and one of the guys is like, "Is that the Hulk?" And it's like, yeah, the Hulk. It's 5.5 feet tall, long green hair, and boobs, and is clearly a woman, and it's clearly not the fucking Hulk. How could you get that mixed up? The Hulk's 12 feet tall and weighs 1,500 pounds. Like, what's wrong with you?
Could bite off your head with a single jump.
Is that the Hulk? Like, you guys, with your accents of everyone, like, I just don't even want to read comics anymore. I'll just have Nick and Evan read them to me. Because this is already just excellent. Like, I am enjoying the books better with these sounds in my head.
That's what we should do for those of you that
Audio comic books.
For those that donate 20 or more, we will read you an audio comic of your choice.
Whatever book you want.
In whatever accent you want.
No. They've got to be the contractual Evan and Nick understandings of them. Let's move to Thanos. Let's jump to space. This was a really keep in mind. I started Jeff Lemire's run on Thanos, and I read the first 2 issues, and I wasn't really vibing on it. It's got Thane as the main character, his son, you know.
Yeah.
But Thanos is dying.
The half-human one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Thane, the son with the inhuman stuff.
But so Thanos 7 is the start of the new arc, and it's kind of tied with the new Guardians, all new Guardians series. So I was like, I'll start this. And it's one of those like the old G.I. Joe book or a few of the Hawkeye books where there's no dialogue for a majority of the issue. There's a little bit at the end, but I was like really emotionally connected to this issue.
It shows Thanos struggling. It shows Thanos struggling for existence.
And it's crazy because it's one person I never put in that position.
If you like giant cosmic entities eating space rats for a few weeks,
space rat that is,
for a mutant space rat for a week,
and
this is your book. Yeah.
So I don't know. What I would say
Thanos,
is
you should go see a doctor. So I wish somebody would say. How did you feel about Thanos getting kicked around by just those 2 scavengers?
Biv and Tiv.
I actually really like that scene.
I can just see who is it, like James Gunn's brother and someone else doing that.
Gunn.
The shotgun. You know what? Okay, Thanos, good. We've talked about every issue.
Star Fox is at the end.
Yeah, for a second. He was in
What?
the run early. Yeah, he's been in this whole run.
Who?
Star Fox.
The guy with the spiky hair.
His brother, Eros.
You know what I'm talking about.
Star Fox?
Or is it Space Fox?
Hold on. Nick says Star Fox again. That's not what he meant.
Space Fox.
I'm thinking Fox McCloud from the
Yeah.
Nintendo series Star Fox.
That's not what he meant.
There's another one.
Okay, I'm
that
gonna
fans.
hold the press. I'm gonna let me read some fucking Thanos real quick.
But Sean Gunn, what
Not
a
bad.
fucking gem. Like that guy.
He's a
because,
national treasure now.
Oh,
That's
is he?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
No,
hold on.
he was good in Guardians too, though.
For a second, okay. Did you say he's a national treasure now?
He is a
national
He's
treasure.
a
He said
national-
I thought he said he's a national
He's a
treasure,
national
and I thought it
treasure.
was Sean Gunn, Nicolas Cage, and National Treasure 3, and I was like literally gonna be like, dude.
Wait, National Treasure 3 already happened, didn't it?
No.
I think it was
We're going to
No.
change the focus of Onomatopoeia now from comic books to national treasure.
Yes, this is the National Treasure podcast, and I will talk all day about this. Both those movies, I have so much to discuss.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Walt Disney.
Well, I think
Go
everyone
see
knows.
National Treasure 3.
in your local cinema.
But no,
Theaters, never.
Sean Gunn though, man, watching that footage when he plays Rocket is crazy. It's insane. Like, And just when like how good he did in
Just to
the
think he was
second.
jumping over all those people.
That's right. That scene
Yeah.
where he beats everybody up.
Yeah, that was all
in the
shown.
woods.
Now I just see him like actually repeating the
You
whole
considered that urban.
thing. Well, yeah, no, I didn't. Take a second. It was, I don't know. I just think that guy's really great.
I enjoyed his Kraglin. Captain Strange stuff.
Okay,
That was good.
he has some like cool emotional things, like the end. You know when he saw the thing, but
Yeah.
there's a part where I kind of can't not laugh when he's like kill my friends, and I was like,
Well, yeah. That,
Like,
I think
if
that's-
someone said
I
to
think
me-
that's supposed to be funny.
they
See,
kill my friends.
that's-
I would be like,
I was,
like
I was,
couldn't
I was
fit
thinking you'd go buy something pretty to make the other girls go, ooh, I'm jealous.
oh,
I like that. That was good. I love
See, that's
that.
why Guardians 2 is a fantastic film, is because everybody has an arc. Even Kraglin has an arc. Character arc.
And it's funny you mentioned that. And I actually talked to Nick about this last podcast. Like, you know, I've seen it 3 times now, and it's crazy interesting how well written the script is for every individual.
That's what I was saying in our
Like,
review.
Yeah, and that's funny. Like, I
It's-
didn't catch it the first time. It took me a couple times till I got my head around. Like, wow, everyone actually has time to breathe in
Yeah.
this movie, and it's
they're,
refreshing.
they're not all jammed together. They're off doing their own thing, too, which is
yeah,
good.
they
And
try that
everybody
with
has something to do, too.
Yeah.
yeah, well, poignant situations as well, or like even like the little like nuances of like Nebula like hugging Gamora, like Gamora hugs her and then like she like does this like touches her back,
Yeah.
like it's like that's her hug. Like I've never done this before, so like these like little things that are a lot of fun in that movie.
I feel like when James Gunn was pitching this film, he brought in Oprah. Just, you get an arc, you get an arc, you get an arc. Everybody gets an arc.
With their own spin-off origin
okay,
story.
So,
Exactly, yeah.
Their
but,
time
okay,
comic
so
coming.
as we continue
I
this
still
podcast,
didn't like it.
go did you go see it a second time?
Yeah.
You still didn't like it?
Nope.
Well, you're crazy. But
If
Well, it's good to have more than one
if it was Guardians of the Galaxy and it was just a dramedy, then sure. But
when's the last time you watched the first one?
huh?
When's the last time you watched the first one?
I watched it a couple months before we went and saw the second one
I
in
just
theaters.
was popping it on the other day, and it's just as much as I do enjoy it, it's weird. Like I can tell. I guess it's because the cast is more molded together. How better everyone functions. Like watching Drax and Quill talk on the first one versus their dialogue now is so vastly different almost. But so this is where I don't understand. Where did Marvel decide to give Gunn so much space to breathe in? And then when they watch Doctor Strange, it feels kind of like a forced Marvel film.
Mhm.
Or Thor 2, which, hey, it ties in. Patty Jenkins originally was supposed to direct it, but
Oh, really?
she didn't get enough creative control, so she dropped out.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about Wonder Woman. I forgot.
Okay, I don't understand. I don't understand that though. Like, why is James Gunn a golden boy?
I don't know.
Mm.
It's weird because you'd think that his writing style and his just the types of stuff he makes is more, I guess you could say,
Abstract, definitely.
like
I just
weird,
think-
controversial almost, but it's just with Marvel's
Well, like,
family friendly.
did you like
Mhm.
Ant-Man, Harry?
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit actually.
I really liked that movie, but
Mhm.
I will say the only thing about it is it was like a well-written movie,
Thinking the
but
same thing.
it could have been
But I got the van.
better
Pena.
with Edgar.
Edgar Wright. Yeah.
Like if he would have just like
It
if
would've
they
been
would
so
have gave
much
him
better.
the gun rights to
Yeah.
it, you know, like a full
Would've been
free range.
So much better.
So many zooms.
Although it still has quite a bit of inklings of Edgar Wright though, because they kept a lot of the script.
Oh, did
They
they?
just It's pretty weird. They just wanted to rewrite a little bit of it to fit in because he had written it like 10 years before.
Yeah, it held up. It's pretty good.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Did you guys all see Ant-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man was good. It's more of
Okay.
a heist movie than an
I
action
would
one.
say I actually
Action
now
movie.
this almost sounds blasphemous probably, but I would say like after watching it multiple times, I enjoy Ant-Man as a film better.
You hadn't gotten there yet.
What? Oh, Ant-Man better than Doctor Strange.
That's when it came in.
Agreed.
You can't beat those visual effects on Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange felt a little rushed too, because like
Yeah.
the next one scene, he's getting his first, bundle of books. The next scene, he's sleeping and he's outside of his physical self, reading and advancing within a couple of scenes.
I will say that, but I think visually, like that psychedelic breakdown sequence where he crawls out of his own eye, like that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Visually,
I can't say
Doctor
I can
Strange
say I've seen a movie ever do
would win an
anything
award.
that
I mean,
intense, but
at least get nominated for it.
I think it's nominated for visual effects.
Good.
Didn't win though.
I know that Suicide Squad has an Oscar.
That's right.
Yeah, it does.
For
doesn't
what?
it?
I'm pretty sure.
Costumes.
I think La La Land won visual effects. No, I'm just kidding.
But I was gonna say, I think the reason that James Gunn is special for Marvel is because
No one cares about Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy meant nothing to them. They were like, okay, this is a fun idea. It's malleable. We can fuck with it a little bit. But let's just have James Gunn do his thing, and then it worked. So now he gets to do whatever he wants.
And another thing I was thinking about is how Chris Pratt. I mean, he had some credentials, obviously, prior to this, but like he
Played
didn't
the
do.
fat guy in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but he didn't have like a Jurassic World under his belt, or
Well,
like.
but he had
Yeah.
Zero Dark 30.
He,
But like I'm just saying, like
he
he wasn't.
played James McAvoy's best friend in Wanted. That's
And he was
about-
also
yeah.
in Moneyball.
Yeah, he was in Moneyball. He
Oh
played Sean
my
Hamilton.
god!
Yeah.
he was.
He,
Mhm.
Yeah, he was Scott Hatterberg, I think, is that
Yeah, played
Wow,
Scott Hamilton.
things changed right there in my head. But no,
I think she dated our 5th grade teacher. Like that was like her boyfriend in college.
There you
If I
go.
recall.
Small world.
Remember our teacher in 5th grade, Mrs. Neal?
Yeah,
Apparently she dated Scott Hatteberg.
really.
Mrs. Neal.
Yeah.
Kelly Neal.
Kelly
Mhm.
Neal.
What?
Where? Did he live in Branson?
No,
Yeah.
no, she went to like University of Washington or something.
Oh.
So,
Small world. Hey,
So we know-
we know Chris Pratt. We know Chris Pratt.
That's
We
right.
know Chris
That's
Pratt.
exactly
that's where we're going with this, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so let's. I want to talk about no new fried pies this week, but I do want to talk about comic news.
Okay, what the
and-
fuck is going on with the fried pies?
I don't know. It's been upsetting.
Has Books a Million like stopped doing that now?
I don't know, but I get a new diamond shipment tomorrow, and I can tell you what comes out then. I'll probably post it on the website because it's just been too long. The last one was the all new Guardians, and that was like 2 weeks ago. But we're Missourians, and we have a lot of people in town that really do enjoy comics, and we just got news. We've got a new comic book store opening in the Branson Meadows.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Meadows? That's not gonna last.
You know what?
That's
It
true.
might not, but they've got comics.
Is it someone we know?
They're doing a bit of gaming, and what else? Well, Matt's who I saw was talking about it, and also that fucking guy. He needs to come on the podcast.
Oh, you get Matt on here.
Oh, from
We'll have to
Meadows?
talk about Adam Borlaug.
Like from Meadows, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that guy.
You know,
he's awesome. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's
Matt
also-
Favazza. He's Italiano.
See.
Yeah, he's badass, and he's got a lot of information to share. And okay, I don't know why I'm repping him. There's a comic book store. opening.
This episode brought to you by Matt Favazza. Hi Matt, I'm gonna link you to this episode when I get home, or the podcast.
We're gonna tag you and whatever comic book stores coming this
But
way.
yeah, I'm just stoked. We just haven't had anything like that in the area, and the fact that the location of it is good, especially for summer season. It's refreshing instead of us just sitting around in a fucking Farm of Solitude, talking about these things. To know that there's there's
we have an alternative.
yeah, there's
Well,
the society out there is
So
something.
we've got the Brixkellion, so
The
that's an
Brixkellion.
option. The Watchtower, we have that too. But it's gonna be nice to have the Comic Cave too. That'll be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, for sure. So I'm just anxious about that. Anything else anyone catch news-wise besides the shitty-ass Spider-Man trailer?
Any news, little man?
Not that I notice. But I will say this. I think we're fast approaching the end here.
Of existence.
Of example, I
There's a
wish.
comet outside we're watching right now while we're recording this. But let's see. Let's say out of all this week, let's say what are you the most Evan? What are you the most excited about coming next week? Because I threw the excuse me. I put that pull list online. There's a lot of good stuff coming out Wednesday or tomorrow.
I don't know what's coming out until I read it.
Oh, gotcha.
So good books, hopefully.
Let's see.
We're getting tired, so we don't know what to say anymore.
We're delirious. It's so late. We're.
What is it, 8:30?
Yeah.
I wish it was 8:30.
Our moms have to tuck us in.
Alright.
Okay, it's not funny. Alright, yeah, we're in this right now. Alright, all I can say is that I'm stoked that we've got some good books coming up. I'm depressed about Batman vs. Superman. But I will say, I did rewatch Justice League trailer, and and knowing Whedon's kind of there to put his hand on it, I don't know if it's fucking beating myself in the face, but I have hopes still.
I like it so far because the cinematography looks really good. So far, it's all nice, smooth camera movements.
Wonder Woman was alright, so I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
It was good.
What
Professor
now, are
Lupin.
they calling it Wonder Woman, or are they calling it Chris Pine with that girl? What's
Yeah.
the title of it?
It's called Professor Lupin is the bad guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he plays Ares.
Professor who?
Spoilers. Professor Lupin. In
favorite
the
from Harry Potter.
in
Yeah.
the show or in the movie or whatever
Really?
it is.
We got a
Yeah.
weird little pasty white guy to be Ares.
He's not weird, Evan. He's different.
Wonder
sensitive.
Woman and Chris Pine, they go and visit the Ministry of Magic in platform 9 3/4 and 2.
That's not what the Ministry of Magic is.
That's right. You got a little
Harry
bit
Potter
there.
fans are gonna kill Nick Milnes tonight.
Brought to you by
BC.
Nick Milnes's funeral services held next week after
In
Harry
lieu of
Potter fans murder
donation,
him.
please
Yeah,
support
alright, guys.
Patreon.
All right, but we've got these cats are running some good social networking stuff, so check that out. And then on top of that,
Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to our Patreon.
I set up a Discord today too.
Come join me on Discord chat. It's always open on my computer. I won't talk to you. I won't listen to what you say.
But I will be there.
I will be
If
there.
it makes you feel better. I will read it and laugh when I come home.
Or just
Yeah.
approve-
and Onomatopoeia is done for the night after that.
Hippopotamapoeia.
Onomatopoeia.